Alright, folks, you could probably hear what we're going to be playing in the background as I double check to see the community voted on it. Because it was pretty close last time I checked, and... Where the heck's my community window? Ah, help. It feels like everything the past few days that could have gone wrong has gone wrong with my streaming stuff, so that's that. Oh, as I say that, it is tied 45% each. Oh boy, we might have to switch over games. Now, the big worry that I have with tonight's stream, which you may not see yet, is that I have something that requires my microphone input. Well, not just this regular mic for streaming, but I have another program, and whenever I try and change the mic to what I use, it either doesn't work, or it prevents the game audio from going through to the video here. As you may see here, it's like the magic of just this program sucks. Oh no, no matter what, whenever I open it, it causes the problem. Oh shoot. As I say that, it kind of works. You might hear some weird fuzzling noises. So, I guess Password's theme song is good for voting, so I should probably pull that up maybe. Put that on a separate window. This is a terrible idea. I have like 3 different windows going. If I had 3 monitors, this would be perfect. Oh, help. Oh, help. Okay, I have that thing working. I'm glad people are happy to see and hear me again, because I just kind of threw this together. And please let me know if there are any like glitches or errors that kind of happen that I don't pick up on, because it is. This new thing that I'm using it should work normally, but Macs are stupid. Let me just tell you that. Using a MacBook to stream is probably the worst thing you could ever do, from my experience. Do it on a PC if you have it, like, or at least maybe try and get one that's within your price range, because oh my gosh, Macs have so many different security weird issues that make it like you have to do a bunch of loop arounds and loopholes. Here's the moment that I jump ship. I'm going to change the mic over to the mic I'm using to see if this will work. Not that mic, the other mic. And everything goes silent. Maybe it will come back. If we ask nicely, maybe the desktop audio will come back. Otherwise, I may have to resort to using my computer as the microphone, which it's gonna be weird, but it will technically work. It'll be technically having 3 different mics set up, which sounds like hell. Nice to meet you too, I guess. All right. So the audio ain't coming back. It is not coming back. I don't know. All right. Time to jump ship. We are going to this device. Sorry, I meant this device. Back to the built-in microphone. Alright, so even though I have a mic that I'm using, you'll see what's happening in just a few seconds. It's almost been 5 minutes. Thank goodness I put timestamps in here, otherwise people would leave, like not knowing what the heck is happening. Oh boy, I just realized something. I'll have to figure this out. Give me 1 more minute. Maybe 1 minute and a half. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what's called a power move. This might be a bad idea. Because some of these keys are next to something else. That's the only hint I'm gonna give so far, is that this uses keys. One last thing. Okay, that's perfect. Oh dear goodness, this is going to be fun. Y'all ready for this? What am I doing is the real question. I'm waiting for the 7-minute mark to hit, which is in like 15 seconds, because my OCD is like, I have to start my videos at the exact minute or half minute, otherwise it will feel wrong. As I do that, I drink some Coke. Diet Coke. Alright, let's start. Alright, you may think I look a little different. Welcome back, everybody. Dirk the Red Panda here with Password. Yes, I am looking a little different today. I just want to see if I'm still my normal expression. Yes, I'm a PNG tuber now. This is interesting indeed. Oh boy. I just wasn't sure because the eyebrows were raised and I'm like, ah shit, did I hit something? Because I have to use keys to be happy. Very happy. Idea happy. Which I'll probably use a lot doing Password. Nervous, another one I'm gonna be using a lot during Password. Pissed off when the comments get all horny. Sad me. And most of all, the best one, flustered. Alright folks, that is. Those are the 7 states of Dirk. The 7 stages of grief, like the 7 stages of... Yeah, that's what I meant. Like the 7 stages of grief, these are the 7 stages of Dirk. And for anybody who is new to the channel, I started Password about a year and a half ago. Like, I don't know if I was like back at college at the time, but I played it for a good year-ish or so before I eventually had too many novels on my hands and I was like, okay, let me just drop some. And unfortunately, Password did not make the cut, so I had to cut Password after like day 17 of each route. I was only doing 2 at the time, and today we are going to start Dean's route again, unless I go to the YouTube community chat and completely uprail this chat. Like, it was like a good 50% to like 20 or 30% when I was checking the community vote last time. The second option that was in second when I checked was the smoke room, which just had an update for Murdoch, so either way we're gonna have some sad, scary vibes tonight. Alright. Where the heck's the community channel? As I say that, watch it beep. Are you serious? They're both tied again. No way, no way. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? No, you can't do this to me. Oh my god. People. And the reason why I had to blush as I do this, as I change things last minute, was I tried to make my numbers the hotkeys, and as I was typing in the timestamps, my expression just kept changing to all the different expressions. So that was yeah, that was that. So should have done a I don't know, could always pay for more expressions someday. But yeah, that was a thing. Here we go. So I guess because we're in a tie as of now, and I don't want to uphold this stream for tonight or upend it. Looks like, as I say that, one more vote comes in for Dean's Route, so... Okay, votes are over. Stop the count! We are doing Dean's Route tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play all 3 days that I've missed out on, but I'm at least going to do day 18. And if I have enough time or energy, one Diet Coke will bring me through the night. We will... Yeah. We'll start with that. Let us get going. So, I have the load all up and ready, so ready when y'all are. I don't even know if I'm ready, so thank you for being so patient with me, chat, as I try and set everything up. I just realized I made another one of my expressions. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I might have to play around with the keys, because sometimes when I'm typing stuff in, it's gonna be like, my face is gonna change 5 different expressions as I type in the timestamps and things like that, and when the video ends. Yes, you can't wait to see my reaction. This PNG tuber reactions I got here, so. Also gonna turn my mic up a little bit, because I got a new mic. So, with that out of the way, let us begin. Another change of expression, if I do say so myself. Let's go. Alright. Not that my attention remained on them for all that long. I soon found myself plugging it in to recharge and rolling onto my side to get some sleep. Uh-oh. I knew I was dreaming before I could question if I was awake or not. There it is. That's the expression. Home. It was the last thing I had been thinking of when talking to Ty before bed. It was the last thing I was holding on to as a safe place to return to. I found myself standing in the front yard in my street. It was familiar. It was safe. And it was something far removed from all my troubles at the mansion. Nostalgic times, aren't they? But just thinking about my troubles made me remember what was looming. Over me in a couple of days. Specifically, how many I didn't know. But that was a job for the coming days. Oh my gosh, the vault. It's a vault. It's a vault. We're back. We're back at the vault. Or Thanatos had told me that, at least. The full moon was going to be the next marker in when something was going to go wrong. If I hadn't seen it myself, I might not have believed him. Part of me wondered if I still did know... Part of me still wondered if I... Part of me wondered if I still did, knowing full well that Tyson wasn't a werewolf. He couldn't be. They just didn't exist. But the reality that he killed Orlando was hard to shake after I'd seen the state of Orlando's body and Tyson in the light of the full moon covered in blood. So, oh fuck, what was your voice again? Fuck. I don't know. Shit. Somebody help. I forgot if it was more New Yorker or something. What? Chat, remind me. Was Thanatos' voice kind of like this? kind of asking this like it's a Dora the Explorer. Hey, chat, can you tell me what Thanatos sounds like? Jesus. Oh my god, this is just too crazy. Oh boy. So, what are you going to do now? Hearing the Thanatos in my dream talk sent chills up my spine. He was taunting me to do something. Not that I needed the encouragement. I was going to save Tyson or Orlando. I just needed to figure out how. But the prospect made my head hurt. And as it surged through my system, the dream began to fade. Come on, Junior. It's all up to you now. I knew it was, but the stress of worrying was screwing it up, made my headache all the worse. As I opened my eyes, my head was killing me with a splitting headache. Similar to the one yesterday, but mild enough that I was able to at least sit up and ease myself into being awake proper. I had things that I need to do today. Mostly just checking in on Ty. Or maybe Orlando. And figuring out when the next full moon was. Then I had to follow up on why my parents were home and what the connection was. Or why my parents were here. Of course my parents are at home. I swear they are. Like parents normally do. Yes. But then I had to follow up on why my parents were here and what the connection was. It had to be more than what I'd been told already, but maybe I was just being hopeful. Grumbling, I clutched my head and got out of bed, throwing on some clothes before grabbing my phone and making my way downstairs. By the time I got to the bathroom of the stairs, I realized how quiet it was for the time. Dean's voice echoing out from the dining room alerted me to someone else at least being up. And I followed the scent of coffee that soon hit me soon after into the dining room. Sweet, sweet coffee. When I took my first step into the dining room, though... Dean? Am I hallucinating right now? Please tell me I'm hallucinating right now. Good morning. There we go. Good morning. But before me was Dean sitting at the table with a cup of coffee, but with him on the table, it was Thanatos, seemingly getting manhandled and none too happy about it. What are you doing? Was just enjoying a cup of coffee when the little guy showed up. Seems friendly enough. And what makes you... I don't know how to react to this. Should I be angry? I'm angry at you, Dean. What makes you say that? Well, he hasn't bit me yet. I looked to Thanatos, uncertain. All he did was give me a look somewhere between annoyance and a plea for help. Thanatos always has resting bitch face. Hey, check out this cool rat I found. Dean gives off check out this cool rat vibes. Orlando would be panicked. This would be Orlando. Orlando would be like, get that thing out of this kitchen. Roswell would be like, a rat. Sal, no reaction. I'm trying to think of what Haas would be, but I know for sure Tyson would be like, kill with fire. Oh my god, this is just too fun. Aw, great to see you, Onyx. I thought I would drop by to say hi since it was almost 2 a.m. Yeah, I kind of streamed this very, very, very late tonight, just because I was messing around with it all day. Did I read that line? Yeah. Should you really be messing with a rat you found? What if he has a disease?
Can't be a wild one. See? He has a collar. That makes him a pet, right? I mean, see?
Again, I looked to Thanatos, who seemed just about ready to bite something but had remained quiet this whole time. Maybe, but he doesn't seem to like you messing around with him like that.
If he didn't, I'm sure he'd let me know. A rat.
As if taking the invitation, Thanatos quickly bit down on Dean's hand, freeing himself. I'm gonna go angry mode now.
Ow! Gulp. No, this is making me very sad. That hurt. Ow!
Told you, you're a lot bigger than he is. You might have hurt him.
You think so? I don't see how it could have hurt him.
And why not? Why am I bouncing so much? Stop bouncing. I wonder if I could change these keys. Yeah, I have like this is my studio right here. I don't know if I could do a hotkey for these. Because I have like 7 of these expressions, but... Oh, that makes me super bouncy. Nope, that's... Okay. I think I need to be still when I'm angry. I am very angry. Meh. Okay, that's good. I love it. Thanks for sticking with me as I play around with this app. And why not? A set of lazy footfalls entering the room distracted the both of us from Thanatos, still on the table, to look at Osman as he entered from the foyer. Good morning. Morning.
Hey, Oswin, I found this rat. Does he belong to you?
With a sigh, Oswin looked down to Thanatos. He may as well. I hope he isn't misbehaving.
Well, he did just bite me.
Okay, you were threatening him kinda rough, though. Yes, well, I'll be taking him back now. Come along, Thanatos. Thanatos looking back towards Dean and then me, staying put on his spot on the table. What a defiant little man. Thanatos, I swear, I will pick you up by the scruff if I have to.
Wouldn't that hurt him?
Trust me, he'll be fine.
Sure. I guess so.
Before anyone could say anything else, Oswin picked up Thanatos, looking him over. Angry Thanatos is my favorite. Next time, stay in your damn cage. He was unceremoniously shoved into one of Oswin's pockets and out of sight in a flash, leaving the 3 of us in silence. Sorry about that. He's prone to misbehaving. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go make myself some coffee. I'll bring one out for you as well before I head to bed, Dave. I take a seat next to Dean, and the 2 of us watched Osman disappear into the kitchen. When he was out of sight, Dean put an arm over the back of my chair and leaned in close.
reckon he knows that rat isn't alive?
I spun my head quickly to look at Dean, eyes bulging out of my head. What do you mean?
Well, it looks alive, but it's not. It's gotta be robotic. No way a normal rat is that heavy. Plus, the bite. The bite of day 18. We all remember the bite of day 18.
He showed me his hand, still weeping with a small trickle of blood. Why'd I say it like that? He showed me his hand, still weeping with a small trickle of blood.
That was some biting force.
Dean, you're bleeding!
Oh, it'll stop soon enough. Good thing my hands are a little callous from yard work, huh?
Coffee for you, Dave. And coffee for you, Dave. Should anyone need me today, let Benson know and he can come get me. I have things to attend to. Okay, what things? Disciplining a rat for starters, but mostly just making sure that everything is in its place, including that rat. Would not hurt to make sure the vault is still operational should the worst happen.
It's been
A few days.
It's been 1 week since we did a password.
I don't know, actually, I forgot. I thought we did a password on day 17. I'm just gonna go bust out into fudge. I forgot the name of them already. Oh my god, I was gonna make the joke. Oh, I'll think of it.
It's been a few days since anything happened. Think we're still at risk?
I can't confirm that we're not, but it's not as if I have anything better to do.
You could stick around for the rest of us and maybe we could watch a movie.
I shall pass, thank you. Although there's some merit to your idea. If Thanatos wasn't a factor, I would have minded a dip in the hot tub.
No, you gotta drown the rat.
Hey, drown the rat. Drown the... Nah, I'm kidding.
Even with, people in the woods?
I wouldn't go unarmed, mind you. Pulls a gun out of his trunks in the hot tub. You get the Glock from the hot tub. I wouldn't go unarmed, mind you, although I do see some level of carelessness in that. So is going outside just out of the question? In the back of my mind, the thought of Thanatos taking me all the way into the hedge maze made me wonder how much of a risk I had taken following his whims. Alone, perhaps. But so long as there's someone with you, or if you're armed, or perhaps hidden enough, it should be fine. He stroked his beard soon after, thinking it over. Wait, did I say thinking? Okay, I was about to say taking it over. I am taking over my beard. 1,000 subscriber gets to take over my beard. Actually, who would have been my 1,000 subscriber? That was like ages ago, jeez. Oh, I'm thinking about 1,000 followers because that just happened on Twitter. It just like happened one day. I'm like, oh, cool. There, it happened. Just moved on with my day. Anyway. If something comes up, tell Benson. I warmed my hands with the coffee he brought me, watching him leave before turning to Dean. Where were we? Oh, you're bleeding!
I said I'm fine. It's already slowing down. It's already slowing down. Although it stings a little.
Serves you right for messing with an animal that... Serves you right for messing with an animal like that, though.
You mean robot?
You don't know that! Dave, don't give yourself away.
Guess not. Although, if you get a chance to hold that rat, you tell me how it compares to a regular one.
I drank from my coffee and wondered why Thanatos had come to the dining room. What was here? Was he waiting for someone? Not that I had much in the way of time to think about it before everyone else started arriving for breakfast. Oh, good morning, you two. Normally you two are up before I am. Given how things have been lately, I've been getting what sleep I can.
I've been awake for a while now, just resting in bed. Well, it might not be sleep. I'll take what I can get. Shut the fuck up, you fat fuck! I mean, shut the fuck up, you fat fuck.
Oh my god, why did I say it like that? Those of us already in the room looked at one another before I groaned into my coffee. God damn it, Dean. What is wrong with you?
Well, Tyson's awake.
And picking on Orlando by the sounds of things. Yeah, that ain't fair. I need to be faster with my reactions. I'm angry at me not being faster with my reactions, damn it. Oh, man. At first, when I thought he said that, I was like, oh shit, did he just say that to Sal? So I was like, good morning. And then Tyson be like, shut the fuck up. That would, I mean, that would kind of low-key be me if I didn't get enough sleep. I am really bad with sound sensitivities if I don't get my proper rest. Hopefully I'm not that bad, though. Then again, I haven't really seen many friends and, like, haven't gone out to anything in, like, months.
Well, we don't know that just yet. The day we got on the bus, I was feeling similar emotions to what Tyson is likely feeling now.
Jeez, harsh. Dean stood to say something before he could. Tyson came storming in looking upset about something.
No one say a fucking word.
His gaze went immediately to me when I opened my mouth to say good morning. It was enough to tell me that I was included in his sweeping demand. He made his way down the room and into the kitchen, shoulders hunched and fur bristled. The door slammed closed behind him, the sound echoing through the room. Orlando stumped into the room looking just as tense and looked at each of us much like Tyson did. What? Are you okay? I don't know which one. None of these expressions match well. I'm not flustered by your anger. I'm not, I swear. Are you okay? He's an asshole. I didn't even do anything.
Orlando, what did you say?
Nothing. Okay, but what did you say? He just said that he didn't say anything. He just said that he didn't say anything. Although I asked was if he was feeling better after yesterday. All that I asked was that if he was feeling better after yesterday.
Orlando.
Okay, so maybe there was a little bit more sass than there when I was asked. And how much more sass? Roswell made himself known at this point. Roswell made himself known at this point, having arrived shortly behind Orlando. I believe the line was, "Good morning. Do you think you're going to be less of an asshole today, or should I just go back to bed?" Why did you say that? No, why? Ah.
Orlando, go apologize.
That's not a good idea. Not while he's in as much of a mood as he's in. I can learn from experience.
Then after.
Fine. But I'm not going anywhere near him until he's calmed down. Dean rose promptly from his chair and downed the rest of his coffee before wandering over to Haas, clapping him on his shoulder.
Okay, everyone sit tight. Haas and I will go talk to Tyson and get breakfast going. I should get something for my hand, and we can't just not have breakfast.
Be careful?
Oh, I will. Don't think you can do much to me anyway.
Dean and Haas wandered off into the kitchen, and the moment they did, Tyson was starting to Dean and Haas wandered off into the kitchen, and the moment they did, Tyson started yelling at Dean. Or with him. They both yelled at each other. Oh my god. Oh boy. Honestly, I would love to get like more PNG expressions. Like if I had like one of those like special keyboard ones, like not like a full like, you know, regular like letter keyboard, but if I had like an additional like 12 button keyboard or 16 button that I can just press, I mean, that would really work well with this. And honestly, low-key, I would probably think about commissioning more expressions just because I just love the look of it. Like, thanks for the compliment, Amaral. But yeah, it's just making sure that money's a thing, right? So I only have so many limitations, and yeah, you can only do so much with, yeah, whatever you got. Anyway, what is happening? If anything, it was a reminder of what I had to avoid. And Tyson was getting worse, it seemed. Whatever the cause was, I had to figure it out and do something to stop it. By the time the three of them emerged from the kitchen, it was almost like it was the first day we arrived. Tyson was up near the end of the table, and the rest of us were tiredly eating breakfast with just as tired smiles on our faces. Dean was sitting next to me on my right, and after finishing his food, rested an arm over the back of my chair while he drank what was left of his coffee. As for me, I was worried. We'd almost been here 3 weeks, and there was still no telling when we could go home with the road the way it was. I took it upon myself to quietly clear the table, taking the plates and cutlery into the kitchen, and began to wash the dishes while I thought things out. Just having the time to mull it over while I kept my hands busy helped. And one of the reasons why I like to do arts and crafts was I was just waiting for the time to go by. But when all the dishes were done, I knew the only way forward was to talk out my worries with someone else. And I knew just who to go to. I stepped out to the foyer in search of Dean. You know what to say, right? Or at least, he'd be willing to listen. Dean? No response came as I called out into the foyer. Even checking some of these side rooms, he didn't seem to be on the ground floor of the mansion as far as I could tell. I wandered over to the back door and froze briefly, hand hovering above the handle. Breathing in, I took hold and opened it up, looking out into the yard. Dean? You out there? Hiding halfway between the door, I scanned the yard. Just as I was about to head back inside, I noticed him stick his head around the corner and wave.
At the greenhouse. Come on.
Looking around again, I couldn't see anything lurking among the trees, but almost sprinted over to the greenhouse where Dean was waiting for me.
Slow down, you might bump into something.
Patting me on the shoulder, we stepped inside and he started moving things around before addressing me again.
So, what's new?
What do you mean, what's new?
Well, you did just come sprinting out of the house. Plus, you were calling for me. Did something happen?
No, but I wanted to talk.
Wait, we need to talk?
Ugh. Oh my god, we always have the same expression. Surprise twins. Well, I need to talk. Would you mind hearing me out?
Had me worried there for a second. But of course, what's on your mind?
He sat down on a few sacks of soil, leaving me to find a place to sit on an overturned ceramic pot. I'm worried, Dean. Worried about when we'll get to go home. Whenever the next bad thing is going to happen, I just can't keep it together.
Well, we will get home eventually. Just might take a bit is all.
Do you think anyone off the mountain knows about the road?
Honestly, it's hard to say. I know that when an explosion happens, people tend to notice. No chance someone didn't notice an explosion happening in the middle of the night.
That's true. Think they'll send someone to fix it?
If not fix it, then send someone to help us get off the mountain? Maybe send supplies.
But how likely is that? That they know someone's even up here?
Well, there's a road, and presumably the mailmen would know to deliver out this way, assuming they get mail sent to this door.
I don't remember anyone like that showing up in the first week.
Maybe Benson just makes trips into town to collect the mail from a private box. Who knows?
Jeez, I don't know why. Dean's voice has really gotten me, to cough. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't done it in a while. My voice is, getting re-stretched again.
Y'all don't take that out of context, got it?
Oh, man. Maybe. I hung my head and caught Dean rubbing his knees. The silence stretching between us.
What do you need to hear, Dave?
What do you mean?
I can't in good faith say that we're getting out of here soon. Just that it'll happen eventually. We're doing our best to stay safe and deal with what happened, but beyond that, I don't know how else I can help.
I just wish I understood more of what's happening around me, is all. My mind wandered over to the license Thanatos had given me. What it meant that Dad had been here and why I was here now. I found out that my dad was here recently. Plus, all this stuff about seeing people die, I just...
Wait, your dad was here recently? But isn't he?
No. I meant... I just found out about it. Like, yesterday even.
You sure?
I have his license to prove it. Slumping in my seat, I watched as Dean got up and knelt in front of me, placing his hands on my shoulders.
Well, what can we tackle? Did you want to look into why your dad was here, or...
I know why my dad was here, but... Dean flashed me a wry smile before I continued. Plus, I got the vault working again, and it's just... That's another worry.
You what?
The meme comes back. No, you can't just do that to me. Where is it? You can't just do that to me. Oh, well. Yeah, it happened yesterday, and... It's bad.
What did you see?
Would you even want to know? It was bad enough stepping in when I saw Sal in there. You know how that went.
I think I want to help.
At the very least, to maybe stop things before unfolding like they did last time. You sure?
What kind of friend would I be if I'd just let you suffer through this alone?
I guess so.
Worst that can happen is... well... I suppose whatever you saw coming true. But it'll be easier to prevent with the two of us.
Right. Okay, well... Before we get into that, there is one other thing, too.
What's that?
I want to talk about how I saw you die.
What, again?
We didn't get anywhere last time. We don't have a suspect, or really even know how you died, and just... That happened, Dean. I stopped it, but, like... If I didn't, someone would have had to do it, right?
Well... I suppose so. Where do you want to start with that, then?
Slumping again where I sat, I sighed. I don't know. All I know is that if it doesn't sit right with me...
Should I get Orlando again?
I think it's probably best to leave him alone after this morning. If he's clashing with Tyson, then he's probably holed up somewhere distracting himself.
Well, if it's just the two of us, where do you want to start?
I don't know. We ruled out the death cap being the cause of death because of the time frame. You're still alive in front of me, so if you died from that, it would have happened days ago.
Right.
Is there anything else in here that could kill? I said that with too happy of an expression. I'm like, hey, is there anything else in here that could kill? I need to learn how to do emotions. Well,
Plenty of things, if you ate or drank enough of it. Pesticides, for example.
you wouldn't try that, would you? Or even accidentally. You did try the wax apple that one time. You did try that wax apple that one time.
You remember that?
I remember you getting told off for trying.
Ah, shucks. But no. I'd know what I was eating if it was any of those. The smell would give it away.
So, something from outside of the greenhouse. But then we're back to how it happened, right? We just went out into the woods that day. Nothing special had nothing special happened. There we go. Nothing special happened, did it?
I mean, you wandered off, but I'd say so. Mushroom foraging with you, then again with Roswell. Then Orlando made dinner, and you needed to break outside during that after what you saw.
Yeah, I trailed off before I could apologize. Remembering something else that came up when we were talking with Orlando. Roswell. What was that conversation about anyway?
What, you mean the one after we got back?
Yeah, you seem so sure that Roswell could have been... You seem so sure that Roswell couldn't have been it, but you never really went into details about what you two spoke about.
For good reason, Dave.
But wasn't it all good stuff? Dean sat back on the ground, messing with his hand before looking away.
I lied. It wasn't all great, but most of it was.
What was the part that wasn't?
Sorry, but that's best coming from Roswell if you really want to know. But I still stand firm that he couldn't have been the one to do it.
But why?
Part of what we talked about was the whole Orlando pushing us together thing, right? He expressed that he was happy when we were into each other enough to consider seeing if it would work.
I mean, that sounds fine, but I don't get why that clears him.
Because of the promise he asked me to make him. That no matter what happens, that I'll look out for you. So, in the face of that, I don't think I could be him. So in the face of that, I don't think it could be him. It wouldn't make sense, would it?
No, I guess not. I'm flustered. I'm considering experimenting around with maybe some of these, like if I could maybe modify some of these to like maybe mix and match expressions. I'm gonna definitely ask the person I commissioned for this if I can do that, because I don't want to be like, hey, I just made all these additional ones for myself and then being like, don't do that with my work. I don't know. Anyway, it's an idea because I feel like you can only do so much with 6 expressions. But yeah, that's a vibe. Anyway, I guess not.
He's got a firm grip on you, though. Didn't even think he'd have one when I offered to shake on it to seal the promise.
You shake hands when you make promises?
It seemed serious enough to do something.
You've never shaken my hand before. You've never shaken my hand before.
Maybe he was the one that offered. You'd think I remember something that only happened a couple weeks ago. Less than that, even.
I guess it's not that important. But still, outside of asking Roswell, there's not much else to go off of.
Even after that, after we came inside, everybody was already around for dinner, so who knows?
I struggled to think back to what I'd seen. If there was anything important. The vision lingering just at the back of my mind, barely visible. You shook hands with Roswell?
Yes.
With your left or right hand?
Is that important?
Dean lifted his hands, miming a little before settling on one of them.
Left hand. I'm pretty sure it was my left hand anyway.
My heart sank and a chill went up my spine. It could have just been me misremembering, but something about it seemed off. Something that just didn't add up.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Dean picked up that I was lying immediately, puffing out his cheeks as he looked torn on how to approach asking.
Come on, Dave. What's wrong, really?
Before you tell me no, just hear me out, okay?
All right.
What if it was Roswell after all?
Okay. What if it was Roswell?
I could be misremembering, but there was something on your hand. I don't know what it could be. Sugar, maybe?
And sugar means Roswell?
Well, no, well, actually, yes. But not this time? Or it might be. Just the fact that it was on the hand he shook.
So, just as I understand this right, we're assuming Roswell, who made me promise for me to look out for you, shook my hand, put something in it, then at some point I died from it?
I mean, the look Dean was giving me was a mix of worry and concern.
Are you sure you want to go down this road, Dave? He's your friend.
But he could be the one who tried to kill you.
But if something was on his hand, wouldn't he have died? You interrupted me before dinner, not him. Also, means that he'd keep his cool for days after, too. Plus, if it was just death cap spores, he would have died after that 6 days too, right?
But what if it wasn't the death cap spores?
I'm just saying that if you go up accusing him, what proof do you have that he just isn't going to be upset when you're wrong? Or What proof do you have that isn't just going to upset him if you're wrong?
But... Dean held up a hand briefly, before settling it gently on my shoulder.
If Roswell planned to do it, and that's a big if, I can't think of any reason why he'd do the things leading up to it. If you want to go accusing him of something that he didn't end up doing, well...
Even if he planned it?
Thinking about how the others would think, too. They might brush it off as you being paranoid or... any number of things, really. But do you think we can afford that extra stress with everything going on?
Dean, I just... don't like the idea that someone tried to kill you.
I don't like it either. But we can't just go around accusing people for things that didn't happen, can we? There's been plenty of time for him to try again, and you haven't come to me saying that I'm in danger, have you?
No. I guess not. I got up from my seat and looked out of the greenhouse towards the mansion. I fiddled with my hands as Dean came up behind me and hugged me, hooking his arms under mine.
For what it's worth, I appreciate you being so worried about me, though.
It's fine, really. Maybe I'm just spooked something could happen to you. Any of you, really.
So what happens now? Did you want to talk about this some more? Did you want to go ask Roswell?
I struggled with the decision. Not sure what I wanted to do given the doubt of me being right or wrong. No. At least, not just yet. I just don't know what else it could be, but... I also don't want to go doubting a friend.
If we discover anything else, we can always come back to it. Or we can always come back to it.
I nodded slowly, breaking free of Dean's hug to turn around and give him one of my own. His arms wrapped around me again, with one of his hands reaching up to stroke the back of my head. There's still the password thing to solve, too.
Right. You never did get around to telling me what it was going on with that.
Tyson. It's Tyson.
What? He's going to die? From what?
No. He's the one who...
He kills someone? You sure?
I don't want to believe it, but what was left of Orlando was enough. He looked... crazy. Maybe.
Given how he was behaving this morning, I suppose I could see it. But you sure he did the killing?
He was covered in blood, so... I'm pretty certain.
That doesn't give us a lot of options. We can't go asking him about it either.
Because he hasn't done it yet.
Can you imagine how that conversation might go? I don't think, given his current mood, he'd like being accused of murder, not only with no evidence, but just because you saw him maybe do it in the future.
Well, wrong expression. Well, now I feel like I'm crazy.
I didn't mean it like that. I just mean if that you're going to approach it, maybe. There's a way you could do it without confronting him.
What do you suggest?
This is clearly important to you, so other stuff can wait. Do you have any clues that can give us a starting place?
Maybe? I stepped back from Dean, frowning. Things Thanatos had said yesterday. Things Tyson had said yesterday. I had 2 clues to go off of so far. The full moon and his headaches. Ty said yesterday that he was getting headaches. Really bad ones. Typically in the morning.
That's not good.
Right. So maybe there's something going on to stop him from sleeping. Or maybe something that's happening in his room?
Should we go check?
There's something else too. The vision I had happened on the full moon.
Don't tell me.
Tell you what.
Full moon, Tyson. Killing someone. That's just screaming werewolf, isn't it?
My eyes narrowed a little, and they skipped a line. Not sure what to make of Dean making the conclusion just based on the bits of information alone.
But they don't exist, do they? At least. Tyson hasn't given me the impression that he'd go feral.
Right, well. Turns out the word I used was just that. Werewolf.
This almost feels like a sick joke.
After seeing what I saw, it'd be hard to describe Tyson as anything else, really.
So we need to find out when the next full moon is. Plus, we should probably check Tyson's room just in case something's going on there. But I have a proposal about that.
About how to approach this?
Right. Chances are Tyson would not be pleased about finding us in his room. But he might overlook it if it's just you.
You're saying to split up.
Pretty much. I can ask around when the next full moon is, and we can meet back up later. Might give me a chance to ask Roswell a few things too.
And that's safe?
As grim as it is, if anything happens, you'll know for certain if it's Roswell, right?
I don't think I like that implication, but maybe splitting up just this time is fine.
In any other case, we should just split up. In any other case, we shouldn't just split up. But we'll just be around the house. Anything goes wrong and just yell. He'll be fine.
Okay, but where are we meeting afterwards?
How about you come down to the dining room and we can take a load off there? I mean, take a load off there.
Dean and I headed back into the house with the plan to meet up just after I'd finished looking around. After knocking and getting no reply, I eased the door open and stepped inside. It's interesting music. What's going on?
What is happening? Something's inside. Something's inside!
Ty? Go, go to horny jail, you people. Lol. From the lack of response, after knocking, I assumed he wasn't in here. But looking around and seeing just how that was the case made me feel like I was doing something bad. Ty was always welcome in my room, but not having permission to do the same felt wrong, even though I was here for good reason. Okay, in and out. I'll be quick. I was going to say that's my favorite restaurant, but it really isn't. I mean, just because it's near me and that's a thing region local to me doesn't mean that's my favorite. It's okay. It's the most okayest burger that I have. And fries. Actually, the fries are a bit on the saltier side. Would not recommend if you're not a salty person. McDonald's fries can be a tad better. Wendy's fries are probably the best, I'd say, compared to those two. Yes, Dave is a great Yeen. Dave is great. I slapped my face gently to try and shake the feelings away so I could focus on my investigation. Ugh, Ty. The first thing my eyes landed on was a pile of things off to the side that seemed to be collected from around the house. Part of me hoped that he was only borrowing them for something, but something told me he intended on taking all this home with him. Rifling through the pile to see what he had gotten, most of it seemed to be semi-expensive stuff from the games room, plus a couple of smaller trinket things that looked expensive. Were you just planning on selling all of this stuff or what? You tell me! Thanatos? Oh no! Yes! What? In the flesh. Or the equivalent is, anyway. Whatever you people say. What are you doing here? I should be asking you that. You looking to put that stuff back or add to the pile? Okay, neither. But, God, I really should talk to him about this. Stealing's bad. Good job, Dave, you pure wholesome Yeen. Glad someone thinks so, but that's not really my business. Now, why are you here? I was just checking Tyson's room. He's not here, obviously. I can see that. No idea where he is, though. Unless he's in this room. Nothing else matters to me. Why's that? You sure do ask a lot of questions, do you? If you want to be helpful, you can open that door for me so I can get out. So I can get out of here. Let me get out of here, skedaddle, skadoodle. I'll let you know when I'm done. I'm just want to make sure nothing's in here. Okay, well, if you're trapping me in this room like a cage, at least tell me what you're looking for. Anything to help me to save Tyson from doing what I saw in the vault. Any ideas? Okay, you're asking the wrong rat. I don't have ideas, just commands to fill. Including all the times you bust out when you're not supposed to. I might be a machine, but I'm allowed my freedom. I have my democratic rights and liberties. Freedom of speech, baby. Says who? Thanatos froze briefly, looking me over and staying perfectly still. The Constitution. I mean, doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? I didn't think machines could be free if they're just, you know, computers.
Well, I'm special. You know that by now.
Yeah, sure. Rolling my eyes, I got down onto the floor and started looking under the bed, covering my nose in fear of the dust making me sneeze.
What are you looking for now?
Why do you keep asking me that? Why do you keep asking me that? I told you already.
Maybe I'm just waiting for you to notice it.
Are you kidding me? I pulled my head out from under the bed and just looked around. Was I meant to notice something? Aside from the mess that Tyson had made, it looked just like my room. Okay, maybe I'm giving you too much. Or wait, that is Thanatos. I'm giving Thanatos too much credit, but also, maybe I'm giving you too much credit. You should start giving me debit then. I'll see myself out. Unless you're going to help me figure this out, just be quiet, please.
Fine. I'll wait. If that's how you want to be this time.
Okay, what do you mean this time? You mean the 1993 Malton entry for Eurovision? Or Maltese entry, not Malton. What the heck am I saying? Every Maltese person is going to assassinate me now. Sorry. I was very angry when I said that. My apologies. Angry Dirk can say some very mean things. Anyway, back to action.
Have you forgotten? I remember everything from every past iteration. Sometimes you clue in right away. Sometimes you don't. Actually, that seems to be the new normal behavior, really.
Okay, come on, Thanatos. I'm just worried about what's going to happen.
I'm not some know-everything machine like you are. Works every time. Alright, I help. If only because I have places I need to be.
I rolled my eyes, sitting back against Ty's bed and looked at Thanatos. How about the 2015 Lithuanian entry? Shoot, man, I forgot about that one. I apologize to any Eurovision fans from the 2010s to 2018-ish. I only started watching the present ones in 2019, and I only watched the old ones up to 2009. I need to catch up with those, so I might need to do a Discord watching with that. That'd be really fun, actually. Ideas? Yeah. Didn't know there was another one. Just like the fact that the the Romanian entry this year actually has the same name as a song from the, it has the same name as a song from the 1962 contest, a Spanish entry called Yamame, which is way better, but got 0 points in that contest. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Romanian entry got 0 points. Hot take, baby. Woo! Let's keep going. So, what am I looking for?
You tell me. I just figured out what sets the wolf off yet. Before that wolf eats your dragon, get that wolf a banana.
God damn it. Why do I have to say that? I'll see myself out now. Only thing I have to go off of. Sorry. Only thing I have to go off of is headaches. And that they happen when he wakes up.
And you started by looking under the bed? You moron.
Seemed like a good enough thing to start with. If his bed was uncomfortable, he'd just have told me.
Fair point. But what were you expecting? Some monster under the bed?
Pulls out a monster under the bed. I got you, whatever P. Sullivan. I forgot his first name. Sullivan's the blue one. Oh, Wazowski's the green one. I was gonna say, I know it's Mike Wazowski and then something P. Sullivan. Monsters Inc., baby, I am bad with that. Yes! Blazed! Or what is it? It's not Blazed, or is it Blazed? I am so sorry if I'm messing up your name. I always keep reading it as Blazed. But yes, when I was like downloading the songs and whatnot and like collecting them, I was like 4 songs like in a row were like Shine, and I was like, what is wrong with this? There were so many Shines. What is going on? What did Eurovision make them want to shine so much? I only remember one of the songs, like how it goes. Isn't that crazy? So glad I can nerd out about Eurovision while playing visual novels. A true dream. Look at it from my perspective. I don't know what causes headaches. What else am I meant to do beyond look up what the full moon is? Let me ask you this then. What would you be willing to spend keeping him alive? Or Orlando for that matter? Anything. You never change, do you? Always the self-sacrificing route, but that's just something I'm going to have to work with. What do you mean? Say for a moment there's a chance that you can all survive this month. You have to get the good route, which you have to pay the DLC for, which is $29.99 plus shipping and handling. You have to plug in a USB cable for it. I heard that the author of this novel actually signs it for you. Okay, no, I'm kidding. That I just made up that bit. There is no USB drive that has the ultimate secret good ending. Grizz is gonna kill me for saying that. Say for a moment that there's a chance that you could all survive this month. Say that in order for that to happen, someone's going to need to know what's going to happen. Using the vault. Using the vault. Why did I say it so low? I pulled this out. Using the vault. Okay. Using the vault? That's one option. The other option is to be the vault. If you can't beat the vault, be the vault. I transform into vault. Okay, you're actually willing to... Okay, are you actually willing to help, or are you just messing with me again? If I want to mess with you, I would, you jabroni. I didn't go showing you your dad's license yesterday for nothing. Okay, you weren't commanded to do it? Not exactly, but to fulfill my commands, you needed to know your folks were here. Your folks was here. I don't know how to say it in New York accent. And you can just reason that out. This isn't my first time doing this, remember? Iterative design at its finest, yeah? Okay, what kind of iterative formula do you use? Do you use a binary, like, key option where you take one whole thing that's split into half and split that into half? And I'm getting into my comp sci mode, which I started to weed myself out of once I went to data science. Oof. Man, that comp sci stuff was annoying. It was like, what's the fastest way to do this thing? And I'm like, what? I'm like, just point at the lowest number, here it is. But you have to do it using the computer's mind. Use that computer iterative design. Oh, that stuff sucked. I don't know. The fact that you can just design whatever outcome you want almost makes me wonder if I have a choice in anything. It's almost like everything's a simulation! Okay, you have options. Always do. I'm just responding to what you do as if you were playing some little game. Boo! Boo! Boo, Thanatos, that was a terrible joke. Terrible fourth wall break. Oh, game of chess or whatever, yeah? Okay, so whose turn is it now? Yours. you found me in Tyson's room. Now, you have to decide what happens next. Well, how did you get in here? Let the days go by. Okay, why can I not be serious ever? I guess I have that YouTuber quality of never being able to take things seriously, even. I try. I've been infected with the YouTuber. No! Snuck in. Was told just to be in here. Wasn't needed for anything else today. And what were you needed for? I was commanded to be in here. It's my job to try and get what you saw in the vault to happen. But you were just saying you were willing to help. I am. Would be easier to not tell you any of this and send you on your way. Okay? Well, how were you going to get it to happen? Oh, easy enough. Sure, Osman told you how the vault works, right? Trauma. But in word and vision helps it line up. Yeah, but not that. Specifically how it does that. You dingus. Because you decide? Oh god, you're dense. You're even denser than that Misha Maya kid. Alright. When a password is flagged, a frequency plays to trip something in your head. Pitched high enough to cause pain in a blackout. Sound familiar? I think. Oswin might have mentioned that? Right, well. The room that you put the passwords in has a speaker like one around my collar. So, if I want to play anything, I just could. Yeah? You're making Ty see visions of the vault? So technically I could just go around in this universe and just start playing high frequencies and making people pass out? Awesome! Nope, I just have to make him go nuts. Easy enough done by playing something like... Oh, no, I'm kidding. I suddenly clapped my hands to my ears, yelping. Wait, did he actually play a noise or do I just interrupt him? Okay, no, there wasn't. There was no high-pitched noise. Y'all are saved. I suddenly clapped my hands to my ears, yelping. My big ears! My big panda ears! What was that? A toned-down version of what I've been playing Tyson. You couldn't hear the real thing because you're not a dog, but imagine having that. Imagine hearing that while you're sleeping, but ain't able to wake up. My head's already starting to hurt. That was awful. Okay, what can I say? It's effective. So, that's it. I just get rid of you and the problem is solved. I just want to play like that. I'm sorry. I just want to play that meme of like the guy eating the frog and it's just Thanatos being eaten by him. Problem solved. Yes, but also no. Not if you still want my help anyway. I'm listening. My orders were simple. Hide in Tyson's room and make him go nuts on the full moon. Nothing else. Could freely pick the parameters of how to get it done, though. And you decided playing that sound? Well, I wasn't about to stick him with a dose of rabies now, was I? My eyes went to the closed door with a frown. Murder is okay. And the room is soundproof. Which is why no one else heard it. Got it in one. Who the hell says that? Who the hell says that? He didn't get it in one. You had to give him like 3 tries. Come on. Come on, come on. No. And if getting rid of you is out, then I just have to swap rooms with Tyson. Yay, let's play high-frequency noises. On a technicality, that's not gonna cut it. If you swap rooms, your room just becomes his and I go hang out over there. But if he just borrows my room, I think I'd be fine with that. Can't really say I went against my orders if he just wasn't in his room, can I? Okay, so you're just going to do what? Stay in his room and hide? Pretty much. Got somewhere I need to be first, but yeah, I'll make my way back in later. But where? Just under his bed? In a pile of clothes? Under the bed worked just fine for your room. Oh, I get it now. That's why we could hear Oswin. I was thinking there was a speaker system. No way, it turned out it was just Thanatos' like collar or whatever. He just hung in the room and played it through that. I am so smart. Okay, what do you mean? You weren't. Every time you spoke to Oswin while in your room, that was me letting him use my speaker. Called it. Called it. He frowned quickly, tapping his foot. Speaking of, didn't need to hear any of what you and that bear got up to. No. Oh no. I felt myself blush under my fur, unaware that someone was listening. That was just me listening in, though. Wasn't going to broadcast that and give myself away when questions start to be asked. Unlike some other villains, I don't release those files. Thanatos shook his hand, throwing his arms up. Happy now? I don't want to be holed up in here all day, so open the door already. Almost. Almost. Just one more thing. What is it now? Where do you need to go? Like, after here. I'm gonna keep following you around and kicking you. Who wants to play Kick the Rat? I'm in. I can't raise my hands because I'm a VTuber. I cannot raise my hands. Can't. It's too hard. Just need to go have a chat with someone. Nothing more than that. I could take you myself. Who is it? None of your business, you jabroni. Not about to answer that even if you ask nice. Please? Points for trying, but no. Shucks. After some more prodding, I gave up when it was clear Thanatos wasn't going to tell me anything else. When I opened the door to leave, he basically leapt over my foot to stop me closing him inside. I caught a glimpse of him heading downstairs, but he was completely out of sight by the time I looked over to the railing to the floor below. Looks like it's time to have a drink break. I'm gonna type that in. And if I change expressions for any reason, my apologies. Okay. Okay, so I hit the colon. Okay, that didn't change anything good. I thought I had made... 1, 2, 3... Okay, so... 1, 2, 3... Oh, it's so strange. It doesn't do it when I'm in a different program. Okay, cool. The more you know. Anyway, sorry about that. I just wanted to take a little drink break to get some liquids in me. Be right back. Take 5, everyone. Is this thing still on? Is it still on now? Let me know if anybody can hear me. Because I turned this thing all the way down. The only way I can completely mute is by hitting something else. Alright, I'm gonna turn on my fan and I should be ready because it's getting hot in here. Much better. Now I will sweat less. Fun fact, I'm actually wearing my the shorts that are in this photo. We'll be right back. I'm actually wearing the shorts that I inspired that design off of right now. They're track shorts. Very comfy though. Hello, Mr. Dirk. Hello, Mr. Nicholas. Alright. Are y'all ready to start up again? Because I'm back. I'm a VTuber now. Or, well, PNG tuber, technically. I don't have the 3D model thing, blah, 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 but that would be cool someday. I just don't think I have the intelligence to, like, run one. I don't know if I could afford one. Maybe eventually, but yeah. I'm just intimidated by the 3D stuff. Otherwise, I would totally get into VR and all that. Like, that sounds so much fun. Oh, thanks. I was nervous people weren't gonna like it. Anyway. Let's get started, shall we? Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so let us start again. Okay, y'all ready? Oh no, I'm sad. I'm so sad, I'm sorry. Which one did I click for sad? Oh, did I click? I don't know if I clicked a period or not, whatever. I'll figure this out someday. Let's get going then, shall we? I made my way downstairs and was about to head into the dining room before almost running into Dean on his way out.
Oh!
Sorry, I was just coming back.
Just as well. I was about to come looking for you. Did the search go well?
It went, well, I think. I made progress. Dean scratched his neck, nodding slowly.
I don't know how much it's going to help you in the long run, but I managed to run into Haas, and he knew when the next full moon was.
That's good. Right?
Hopefully. But what now? Well, I know I could go for another coffee, but how about I brew us some and we can go sit down in one of the rooms over there to chat?
Oh, sure.
Promise I won't be long.
I went on ahead, splitting off from Dean and making myself comfortable. The room itself was like many of the others that lined the first floor. maybe all repurposed into the same thing for convenience. It was hard to say. What was apparent, though, was that the room felt lonely, or otherwise neglected, as if it just didn't have a use anymore. Between Osman and Benson, though, that wasn't enough to make use of the space. Not that they seemed to mind, but it seemed a little bit wasteful.
Sorry for the wait.
Handing me the mug carefully, he dropped down next to me, almost spilling his own, but recovering as he settled into the chair.
So, how did your search go?
Oh my god, we have the same expression. Look at us, we're so happy together. It went alright. I went up to Tyson's room and turned out there was like I struggled to figure out how to best explain it. Taking a sip of my coffee brought me enough time to think of what somewhat convincing lie. So there wasn't anything wrong with his bed, really. Just something under it that was setting off this noise, but it was making my head hurt.
Then, there was something like that under his bed? How'd it get there?
Well, remember the thing that bit you? Dropping my gaze quickly, I grimaced, hoping Ty would forgive me for telling on him. No, don't do it. Don't be a snitch. Don't narc on him. Fuck you, Dave. Dave, you get -1 affection points from me. Ty's been stealing things from around the house, Ty's been stealing things from the house, it looks like. So probably something he picked up from somewhere. His room was a mess, so chances are it just rolled under his bed. I scratched my cheek, wondering if it was convincing enough, and checked to see Dean's reaction.
Huh.
What?
Normally I'd have some choice words to say about stealing, but I think maybe this once he's suffered enough. It'd be worth asking him directly, though, after we're in the clear.
Right, we can't have him stealing things, but not that I blame him. It's rough back home, but still.
Might not need all that stuff if we come away from this vacation with the money that was offered.
Dean, we can't just take that, can we? Or, hold on, Dean, we can't just take that, can we?
I'm just saying that maybe that's an option we can look at later. Something that doesn't get him accused of something bad on top of everything else that will be going on when we escape.
I guess. What about your investigation, though? I think I've solved the reason Ty goes nuts, but unless we know how long I need to keep that checked off, it's not very useful to us.
Tomorrow night, actually.
Oh, wow, that ain't too bad, actually. Cool. I nodded slowly, drinking again. I sip and talk. Sip talk. Wait a moment, isn't it like 1 to 3 a.m.? No, it's actually an hour before that. It's like around just past midnight for me, so. It's late, but not late. I'm probably not gonna power through the entire thing because I have people in this house sleeping, and I'd be an asshole if I kept going into like 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. or however long it is. Yeah, so I'm probably only gonna do the rest of this day and maybe start up with the rest of it tomorrow. I really want to get back into Password again, and this is my kickoff. So, let's get going then. I nodded slowly, drinking again. So, just getting him through tonight and tomorrow night, and we're in the clear. Should be easy enough.
This feels like something we should be telling the others.
I'd rather not. But I have a reason.
Oh, yeah?
Just between the two of us, I think we have it solved. But if we go telling the others, then they'll know.
Isn't that kind of the point?
No, I mean, think back to what we said in the greenhouse. Someone wanted you dead. Maybe that same person wanted Orlando dead and was just using Tyson to do it.
So, it's like when you were worried about Benson all over again. About the killer getting away because now everyone knew what was going to happen.
I guess sorta like that, yeah.
Well, I'd like to have a group talk about it after we're clear. It's better we're all on the same page, and chances are by then the person behind it would already know their plan failed.
Right. Dean and I just sat there quickly. We just sat quickly. Quick sit. Dean and I just sat there quick. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to say that right because I said that. Dean and I just sat there quietly for a bit, drinking our coffee before he broke the silence. Yes, the sound of silence. Insert another Eurovision reference here.
So, what did you want to talk about now?
This might be coming out of nowhere, but what was your ex-boyfriend like? Dean almost choked on his coffee, coughing and spluttering as he tried setting down his mug.
Sorry, we don't.
Sorry. We don't have to talk about that if you don't want to.
No. It just that really did catch me off guard.
What?
Did you want to know about him?
What was he like?
Well, it's been a few years since we last saw each other, so I can only really tell you what it was like when we were,
Dating?
I suppose it was like that.
Was he like me? Dean looked me over, thinking hard.
Shorter by a fair bit. Wasn't a hyena either.
What about not physical things?
Let's see, he was stubborn. Really stubborn. But he took charge, and that was kind of nice. I could just take it easy and he'd sort things out.
Sounds kind of like Tyson.
Oh no. Maybe I'm phrasing wrong. It was more a front, maybe? He was a kind soul at heart, but was just very selective on who he dropped his shields around.
So what made him drop them around you?
Honestly, I don't really know. Maybe he just latched onto me because I was bigger. Maybe it was something else. But I'm glad he did.
So, he's like Tyson.
Raimi wasn't like Tyson. At least I don't think so.
So, how are we similar then?
Similar, let me think.
Well, he wasn't a hyena, wasn't my height. He sure sounds like Tyson. Maybe you should date Tyson.
I'll pass, thank you very much.
I snickered, setting down my coffee before I spilled it. Come on, I'm just looking for what things we have in common, like... Why me?
Well, physically the similarities aren't all that much. It's just mostly the teeth and the eyes.
Without realizing I was rubbing my teeth, trying to puzzle it out.
That's really the only thing that caught my eye, as silly as it is. I think it's a cute look. But what really got me was that look in your eye that told me that you were someone sensitive deep down.
Well, I am. Except also not so deep down, too.
Yeah, I get that. But at the same time, you were just kinda... there. If that makes sense. What I saw was something closer to like... the you inside. I wanted to get to know that person better.
You know that normal people don't go asking people out on dates out of the blue, right?
Well, it worked. We're here now, aren't we?
I guess that's true.
Oh, right. Before I forget. Tomorrow night, I need you for a thing.
What kind of thing?
A good thing. You'll like it.
Is this the thing you mentioned yesterday?
Maybe.
Okay. What about stopping Tyson?
I promise it won't take all night. Oh, you nasty.
I don't know, Dean.
Trust me.
He reached out and took my hands in his, flashing that smile at me. Well, if you say it's a good thing. Sure. Dean settled back, pleased with the answer, and took up his coffee again. And that's it?
Until tomorrow, yep. Don't need to worry about anything else aside from spending the rest of the day waiting for dinner.
Ah, good times, good times. Aw, thanks. I have a cute blush. Really like this one a lot. I'm adorable. Yeah. I would love to commission more expressions. Just, yeah, money's a thing, man. Money's a thing. Plus, I would feel bad if I just, was like, okay, I commissioned you already for this, May. Now do more immediately after. Yeah. Sorry, just adjusting the mic. I have a mic stand now. I really upgraded. It's a huge metal one. In case of emergencies, I could whack somebody with it. I didn't even read that line. We chatted some more about random things until the next round of coffee made by me. Then we went back out to the greenhouse for just a bit so Dean could check on a few things before we headed inside for the day to take it easy some more. Dinner was, funny enough, just ordinary. People sat down, ate, chatted, and it was as if it just was another communal meal during a get-together. With the exception of Oswin and Benson, everyone else was here. But having seen neither hide nor hair of Oswin since this morning made me worry. Or if not worry, curious. Plus, I had some words for him after what I'd figured out. Question was, which way should I go to the lab? Or would it be better to find Benson and ask to see Oswin? All things considered, if Benson wasn't around, I couldn't rightly ask him anyway, so that made the decision easier. Oh man, I can't believe I blanked out on Dave's voice. I mean, Rossel's voice, Jesus. I know Rossel's voice like the back of my hand, I swear.
Dave, what are you thinking about?
Just wondering where Oswin is. Or Benson, even.
It's a wonder we haven't seen either of them. Unless someone's just forgotten to mention it.
A quick look around the table indicated no one else had seen him as they collectively shrugged or shook their heads in turn.
Probably somewhere in the house, right?
Not as if they'd go out and leave us to fend for ourselves.
That makes sense, yes. Just seems unlikely that we'd miss them is all.
I was thinking about going to check in is all. See if either of them had figured out a plan for the next couple of days, or even if they're hungry. I'm sure they're fine. Benson's likely got things covered, given he's the butler, right?
I think checking is worth it. It wouldn't harm to ensure they're both okay.
I'll go do it now. I finished eating anyway.
You're going alone?
Well, yeah. Shouldn't be a problem, should it?
The house is secure. There hasn't been anyone else lingering around as far as we know, right?
Roswell fidgeted on the spot, looking me over. There was something in how he did it that made me feel odd. Fairly odd. What's wrong?
I don't know. Just...
I should go with you, just in case. I frowned, thinking that if Roswell were to come, I'd miss my chance to properly talk to Oswin and by extension, Thanatos were he to be around. It'll be alright, it will be alright, Roswell. Promise.
But Dave...
It will be fine. Sal put a hand on Roswell's shoulder, shooting him a look.
If anything happens, or if you find something wrong, just yell and we'll come running. I don't think we need to keep together so long as you're just staying in the house.
Then Sal shot me a very serious look, hand leaving Roswell's shoulder.
Don't let it be like the other day when you wandered outside without telling anyone you went. Or where you went.
Chill run down my spine, being made to remember how that went. I promise. No leaving the house, and if anything happens, I'll just yell.
Good.
The moment he eased up, it seemed to sate everyone else at the table who had similar thoughts. Not that it did much to calm Roswell, who still seemed to take issue about me going alone. But I'd just have to make it up to him later. Rushing out of the dining room, I made to leave for the basement. After all, it seemed to be the most direct route to the lab without needing to go all the way upstairs and circle back down. After yesterday, I looked down at the hidden door, wondering if I should knock or just go wandering down there. Before I knew what I was doing, I had already opened the door, my decision made. Ooh, lab stuff. Who is Evolution 1? I'm curious. And something L10. Wipe Ale L10, KPL. Interesting biotech stuff. Oh no, there's a code number on here. And there's flammable stuff. This is bad privacy ethics. Anyway, Oswin, how long do we have again? That depends on what you mean. I could hear the smugness in his voice as I traveled through the dark to the pale green light of the laboratory, followed by the annoyed grumbling from Oswin that followed. You know damn well what I mean, Thanatos. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4. It doesn't matter, and you know it. Why doesn't it matter? Just tell me what I want to know. Until this experiment is over. Well, why not get Junior in here and I could tell you both? I froze in my place near the door as Oswin bolted out and nearly ran into me, grabbing me quickly and throwing me inside. Get in the lab. What did I tell you about sneaking around?
Or what did I tell you about sneaking around?
Don't be so hard on him. He's just after answers, just like you. He's just after answers. Yeah, a couple of things, but yeah. Fine. Sit down. He gestured to a seat near his desk and I took it, watching Thanatos parade back and forth along the desk. Where's Benson? He'll be here soon. Just getting Oswin here a snack. Is it Lucky Charms? Is it Lucky Charms again? How much did you overhear? Not a whole lot. Something about how many days until... something? Also an experiment? Oh good, you did hear that part. Pay him no mind, Dave. What do you need? I came in to check in. Plus, I guess ask a few questions of my own. Like what? Among what this experiment is? What you were doing in the dining room this morning? Answer him. What if I don't want to? I shot Thanatos a confused look, scratching my face. Want? Answer him. Fine. Jeez, you're no fun. You're no fun anymore. Making a show, stretching out and leaning back against the wall. Thanatos is narrating now. Sorry, the narrator is now Thanatos. Kid. Making a show, stretching out and leaning back against the wall. He looked between Oswin and I before speaking. Alright, so to cover what happened this morning, I wanted to go for a walk. And I was like, hey, I'm walking here. Just a walk? Why not? If Oswin and Benson get to walk around, why can't I? You damn know well why. If you weren't able to stop me in another iteration, what makes you think you could stop me now? About that, if you remember everything that we've ever done, then what's the point in doing anything at all? What do you mean? Like, even you asking that question. You know the answer before I even say it, or what would have happened this morning when Oswin showed up? That's right. Think about it this way. If I know how the conversation is going to go, I can guide it by how I want by saying the right things here. You do not have free will. No. But I do have my orders existing from way back to nearly the first time I woke up. And that's... what exactly? Good luck, Dave. Supposedly he's been commanded to not reveal that. Then just command him to reveal it. Sorry, no can do. Order stands to not tell anyone until the experiment is done. I hate this so much. Ugh. Right. What is the experiment anyway? Just the idea of morphic resonance in the vault. Or rather, Thanatos proving that he can do what he was built to do. And the time limit. Well, that depends on you, doesn't it? Okay, that's torture. That is absolute torture. Meaning... okay, you know that Tyson is the next one at risk during the full moon. You could always just walk away now and let it happen. there is something worth bringing up here. There is. Consider for a moment that he's orchestrating events to happen in a certain way. Perhaps the version you saw only came about because Thanatos somehow manipulated you into causing it to happen. Big claim, but can you prove it? Alas, I cannot. The only thing I have to rationalize it is the paradox of the event, which event came first. Presumably something happened and you can be expediting the same sequence of events by a different means.
Well, aren't you a killjoy? You're right. I just had to take the steps to pose it as an obstacle. Depending on what Junior there does tells me what my next job is.
Well, I know now, so what's the next job?
Keeping you alive, assuming you can keep Tyson sane for another night. Deadline's tomorrow night, and you should know what the trigger is.
Right. I turned to Osman with a frown. Why did you tell Thanatos to drive Tyson insane?
I did no such thing.
His eyes went to Thanatos before returning to me. Yeah, no, I did no such thing. His eyes went to Thanatos before returning to me. But he said
all I'm allowed to. We're not done until you tell me how long we have left on the experiment. Surely you know. It's variable. It could end tomorrow night, it could end a week from now, or just under 2. I've seen the end of the experiment a few different times, so telling you that could end any time doesn't help, does it?
I could almost hear Oswin grinding his teeth. So to double check, you came into the dining room this morning to do something, and then did that knowing you'd be caught and then left. I do admit, you were keeping somewhat quiet after we left. Why?
Just setting a failsafe up. If I find myself in the timeline with Memphis, I'd rather not have my body damaged. More people that can repair me, the better.
But how does Dean finding you help?
He's an option. Maybe not the best one, but I'll take what I can get. Sure not going to trust my repairs to that lion who can't put an ECM back together.
I scratched my chin, thinking it through. If you need repairs, I may as well do it. I think I have another question.
Go on.
Are you on our side? Like, this experiment isn't meant to kill us, right?
Ugh, I was hoping you weren't going to ask that question, but here we are.
Why am I in an experiment that could possibly kill me? Okay, that doesn't sound good.
It is. Is it meant to? No. But it's listed as acceptable to achieve a result. Collateral damage or whatever.
There's no way I would have sanctioned that.
Good thing it's not your experiment anymore then, isn't it?
Okay, then whose is it?
You're just going to have to find that. Then you're just going to have to find that out yourself. Sorry.
I feel like we've been wasting your time interrogating him further. I already have a headache. Wasn't Benson meant to be coming around? You're right. That's a bit of a worry. I wonder what's keeping him.
That won't be long.
Sorry for the delay. I'm here now.
Benson, yay!
Benson strode into the room and placed a cup of tea along with what seemed to be a slice of cake on the desk next to Thanatos. Cake, cake, cake. Thanks, Benny boy. You know that's not for you, you abomination. Now, be nice. Benson, everything all right? It's unlike you to dawdle. Quite. I had questions to answer the moment I appeared in the dining room. The others informed me that Dave had come looking for the two of us, and a curious young man decided to question me further. You mean Roswell? Indeed. Not that there was any problem with that, although I do apologize for not bringing you refreshments either, Dave. It's fine. You're both alive, I got what I needed, and that's basically it, really. Leaving already? Yeah, we should abridge day 18, and so I can end the stream. No, I'm kidding. Let's go on. Well, it's not like we can get much out of Thanatos, and I don't think you have anything for me either, right? If he decides to drop any pearls of wisdom, wait, that's awesome, not Benson. If he decides to drop any pearls of wisdom, I'll be sure to let you know come the morning. Okay, good night then. Sleep well, Junior. I backtracked through the passage and closed the door behind me once I emerged into the basement. Stretching, I headed upstairs and checked the dining room for the others if they were still around. Identify yourselves. I mean, anyone here? Ty looked up from the dishes, grumbling. I'm here. What do you want? Seriously, Dave, if you don't need anything, get lost. Rubbing my head, I wandered over to Tyson and picked up a towel to start drying the dishes he'd already set off to the side. I don't need help. Did you want help? Do whatever you want. We worked together for a little bit before I broke the silence, looking to Tyson with a frown. Sleep in my bed tonight. Pass. I'd rather get the sleep in. Right. I'm not gonna be using it tonight, and so you can have the whole thing. Dave, I don't want to hear about you getting laid. You've been having trouble sleeping or whatever, so my bed's all so comfy. Just trust me on this. Please, take my bed for tonight and see how you feel in the morning. You're not going to go into my room, are you? Why? Is there something you don't want me to see? No. Are you sure? You went into my fucking room already, didn't you? I was looking for you. He grumbled, wiping his hands after drinking this. He drank the sink water. No, Tyson, no. Tyson, don't drink the sink water. No. He grumbled, wiping his hands after draining the sink and turning to me. I don't need you judging me for the stuff in there. I'm just thinking ahead. That stuff doesn't belong to you, Ty. I'm thinking ahead to us getting home and not having to be broke. Fuck, if we have to bail quickly for whatever reason, we could leave it all behind, but any extra money we can get, I'm making use of. What about the money that was offered for just doing the metal hunt?
You think we'd find the whole set? Listen, if it fucking bothers you that much, I'll not take anything else.
And you'll put the rest back? Through gritted teeth, Ty grumbled and growled.
Fine.
Ty, come on. You should just...
I should just what? Just leave me alone, Dave.
I grabbed his hand and he flinched, ears twitching briefly.
I'm being a dick again, aren't I?
You're just tired. Which is why you should borrow my bed tonight. I'll think of something else. We could bunk together, but I think you'd like having the bed to yourself to spread out and rest. He spun around quickly to look at me, mouth open to say something before quickly closing it, shaking his head.
Okay, fine. You're right.
Hopefully you feel alright after a good night's sleep, Ty.
I'll swing by my room and grab some stuff and head on over to yours, I guess. Sure, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure. I wondered where Thanatos was right now, if he'd already made his way to Tyson's room or if that was going to happen later.
Well, see you later then, I guess.
He waved over his shoulder as he left the kitchen and then out of sight. I finished drying what dishes were left and then followed suit. Without thinking, I just went down into Dean's room, stripping down to my underwear and opening the door to the bathroom.
Dean, in his underwear! Oh, gasp! Oh!
I walked right into Dean, the smell of soap lingering in his fur. A hand reached out and grabbed me to stop from falling backwards onto the floor and unstable. He brushed me off.
Well, this is a surprise. You weren't planning on joining me in the shower, were you?
Not exactly, no.
Probably for the best anyway. All that work in the greenhouse made me feel kind of gross, and being able to wash at my own pace is nice.
He looked me up and down before gesturing back to the bathroom with his thumb.
You're welcome to grab a shower, though. I'm sure you'll explain everything once you're out.
Oh, there's not all that much to explain, really. Tyson's going to borrow my room, and I just assumed that
that you could share my bed.
Well, yeah. That's fine, right? Or that's fine, right? All things considered.
Even if you didn't have that excuse, I'd be fine with it. Go on, go get clean.
Dave shower scene. Dave shower scene. Good, I don't have to censor anything. Wasting no time, I jumped into the shower, starting to scrub. Dean's shampoo was still here, and I took some for myself, assuming that too was fine. The smell of honey hit my nose, that sweet scent lingering as I rinsed off after thoroughly lathering up. Midway through, I heard Dean enter the bathroom again, and I froze in place. Dean?
Everything okay? Just doing my teeth. Already let the others know that you've resurfaced as well. No one seemed to know you were back from your search.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I just forgot.
You should be more careful than that.
He chuckled and I could hear some thorough scrubbing going on. I continued rinsing myself off as Dean left the bathroom having finished brushing his teeth. Just a wholesome bathroom scene. Nothing bad happening at all. Nothing glued. Stepping out the bathroom in my towel, I flicked off the light before stepping into my underwear.
Feeling better?
I feel clean at least. Better? Well, will just depend on how things turn out tomorrow.
You have every right to be worried. But it should sort itself out now, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yawning, I wandered over to the bed where Dean was sitting and dropped down next to him. He placed an arm around my back and held me close. My head found that small crook in his shoulder, and I nestled in, yawning again.
You're that tired?
I guess today just took a lot out of me. More than it should have, anyway.
Well, come on then. Let's get you comfy and we could get some resting in. I want to I want to be up a little early if we can to get things organized, but you're welcome to stay in bed.
It didn't take much for Dean to shift us around in bed and lay me back. The moment my head hit the pillow, my body felt like lead, and I basked in the comfort and warmth Dean provided. He lay next to me, still on his phone for a little bit, doing something, but I rolled over to cuddle all the same. He hooking an arm around me, I used his chest as a pillow and fell asleep to the sound of his steady beating heart. Why can't I save anymore? I can't save on the day 19 thing. Bummer. I guess I have to wait for it to happen. Oh well. I liked it when I could save on there, but that wasn't the god's intentions. Day 19. Alright, so that's going to be where we end things for tonight. It is almost 1 a.m. here, and I don't want to keep on rambling. I don't want to wake up anybody later than they should be. I'll probably start maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I might just kind of hop on tomorrow and be casual like this again. I think I may have just glitched out there for a second. Let me know if I glitch. Because new program, testing out all the kinks. Oh, I just blinked too. I blinked for a long second there. Alright, so yeah. Nice chill update to start things off. I think I may have... I'm sad again, I'm sorry. I think it's because I'm typing in periods and exclamation marks and stuff. Yeah, I guess it didn't work how I expected it to. Anyway, let me save that. Let's go to the title screening. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to probably just settle things here. I don't have any patrons yet because I haven't reopened the Patreon. And I think I might do that as soon as I get my dialogue done for Ocean Avenue Day 5 update. I am kind of just in this weird rut of like, I've been working on it, but I don't know when I should pull the trigger to put it back up again because, yeah, I just worry that I'll just burn out again. I don't know. This is my first time I have a really long burnout, so yeah. I played Dawn Course. I love it. I love Miko. Miko's best. Miko's absolute best boy. Love the guy. But yeah, all the characters are pretty good in that story. I need to play more of the roots and stuff right now. I know it's in the beginning of its stuff, but yeah. I've been kind of behind on just everything in general lately. But yeah. I guess I'll announce if I put that Patreon back up, and yeah, plan to stream maybe tomorrow or this weekend. I am definitely going to be doing the smoke room updates sometime soon. And yeah, catch up on Password. I still don't know if Tennis Ace has an update yet. Last I checked like a week or so ago, it hasn't. So yeah, that's why I haven't played Tennis Ace in like forever. Somebody asked me about that. Yeah, really looking forward to doing this again. It feels weird that I took so long of a break from everything. But yeah, that's all for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, take care, folks.